and here I am. And then I heard that Drake was live on YouTube, so I tuned in, and I must say, like, I'm very impressed. Did you guys tune in? It seemed like the whole world was tuning in. It was so crazy. Like, I literally had just stepped outside like 15 minutes ago, and I saw fireworks going on like a couple blocks down or whatever, and nothing was going. Like, I can still hear it, but it wasn't so close. Now, bitch, I'm looking outside. It looked like it's right above me. And I just be over here enjoying shit, like everybody else and stuff like that. So I was just scrolling a little bit just before I came on here. I searched up Drake so I can find the snippet to play for you guys. And of course, I run into what the fuck Beauty and Barbz recently tweeted. So one of the songs that Drake previewed is called "What Did I Miss?" If you haven't heard it, I played it, but I'm sure you'll hear it on the timeline because it's being posted everywhere. And I actually really like that song. He previewed, I don't know, maybe 2 to 3 songs. I was watching dishes, so I wasn't 100% paying attention. I like the "What Did I Miss" song. It sounds good. It sounds catchy. It does seem like it is going to be the focus track for whatever he releases, is going to be the single, the one that he focuses on promoting the most. And I like the song because it is a bit catchy, and then on the verse, like, he's talking about, like, the friends that he used to have and people who he feels like betrayed him last year during the battle and stuff like that. So I believe that Drake just like heighten the standard of what it means to roll out something right now in this current climate, in this current century. He was live on YouTube, if you didn't know, and it was like over an hour or whatever. If you didn't watch it, I do recommend going to watch it. And I never tune into anything that Drake is doing, but like, I'm on Discord, and the people that I'm listening to, they talking, and it's like they talking about Drake. And once again, I was doing my hair, so I wasn't really paying attention, but I'm like, why is everybody been talking about Drake right now? I'm like, oh, wait. So then I'm like, oh, they're watching something. So then somebody else in another group chat saying like, oh, some, like, they said Aubrey is pissing me off. So I'm like, what are you talking about? And now I'm sorry. I'm seeing people talking about Drake, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on? So then they're like, go to Drake's YouTube. So then I go, and then I see everything that's going on. Wait, why is it not popping up in my history? Drake. And so, Drake's live on YouTube. So at this point, I'm about like 20, 30 minutes late, like Drake had been live or whatever for around that time. But it seemed like I didn't really miss much because it was a very abstract thing. Let's see if he saved it. Oh, I don't think he did, because he don't even have the live section on his channel, only videos. So I wonder why not. Okay, well, he didn't save his live, so if you missed it, then you missed it. I definitely think that it should be available somewhere to watch, because it was called Iceman episode 1. So episode 1, I don't know what it's gonna be. Like, I don't, I don't know. So it's just basically him in a freezer, in a real big like warehouse freezer, and he's just moving around different rooms. He wasn't really saying much. Here is the setting, right? Like, this freezer, Iceman branding and stuff like that. You got the light blue, light blue. Okay, Drake album at midnight. Once again, I haven't seen it from an official source. This was his first announcement that said be there at 9 p.m. Okay. Oh, what we can do is go and check on Spotify and stuff. So remember, he posted Nicki wearing blue, right? So it's that's my post. And so here is the theme, right, of the color blue. And so so he's just in the warehouse moving around, no interaction, no other humans. It's just literally him. And then, he starts to preview that song and perform that song. And then, he gets in the truck and he starts driving through the streets of Toronto. And, he's playing songs in the background. Oh, hold on. Let's see. OVO sound out everywhere at midnight. What did I miss? I'll definitely listen. I really do feel like Drake just like what's it called? Like heighten the standard of what it means to do a rollout in, what are we, in the 21st century and stuff, in the height of social media and everything that's going on. Yes, streaming is very popular. That's what he did. But it was like a whole production, as you just saw. It was like a whole warehouse with several different rooms and stuff like that. And I really do respect that. Like, I do respect that, because I miss the amount of effort people used to put into their rollout. So this is him getting to the end of the stream. He was driving through the streets, and I guess people, he's live everywhere. People start finding out in Toronto, and they start running down the street to go and try to find him and stuff like that. So he did encounter some people along the way. And honestly, I didn't even think that he was actually live. I thought that this was something that was pre-recorded. But the fact that he is running into fans and stuff like that, that gives it away, that it's live. Not that it was a secret or anything, but I really do think it's very, 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 very cool. Look at how the camera is, right? Like there's several cameras in so many places. Like this is a big production right here, and like to even like rent out that whole warehouse to do all of the branding and all of this stuff. Like he just did so much, and I really just really appreciate the effort that was put into this, because it's just like, dang, like the whole part about it is like this. I don't. So it seems like, according to OVO Sound, at least it is going to be a new song at midnight. He definitely previewed at least 2 to 3 songs on the thing, but like, when is the project coming? And is this Iceman? Is it a small project, or is it his next official album? Right. And so we're embarking on the journey of him trying to fully redeem himself from the battle with Kendrick. And I definitely feel like this is a great start. The music, it's already, hitting based on the feedback that I'm seeing on social media and stuff like that. And so I think it's gonna be successful. And I'm happy for Drake. And I really wish that, like, um I tweeted like, I wish my fave could bounce back from a battle like this, from losing a battle. I wish my fave would put this amount of effort into her work and stuff like that, because this is the way that you really, really, really redeem yourself. Yes, there are people that are still hating and stuff like that, and they're always gonna hate. You're always gonna have haters, but to see that the hate wasn't able to bring you down, and you go even harder for yourself and put more effort into your work, is once again something that, and do something innovative, right? Something that like hasn't been done before. Like think about what the top artists are doing to market their music, to roll out their music. You got Beyonce, Taylor Swift, and him and stuff like that. I'm not about to call out what everybody's rollout was, because I fucking forgot about it. But it's just like, the whole point of artistry is to, be innovative and do something that hasn't been done before. I think especially when you're at the top. And I don't want to just only say Drake's name and give credit to him. Of course, he's the boss. But shout out to whoever was the creative director behind this, who came up with the whole concept and the branding and stuff like this. This is what it means when you have a real team, a whole production. You saw what it was in the streets, in the truck. Obviously, somebody following him from behind in different angles and stuff like that. Obviously, he gotta have security. And obviously, like there were so many different rooms in that what's it called, in that warehouse, and the branding, like, so much money, like, really went into that. And I just really, really appreciate it. And that this is coming from someone who don't even fucking pay attention to this man. So I want to look at this tweet, because I like this tweet right here. It said, is it really a legendary rollout if you copy and paste the industry marketing that has been done for decades? Drake's approach is beyond innovative, and they'll still find a way to hate on this. That is so true. But like, once again, Drake's approach is beyond innovative, right? Like that's the whole idea about it, that I hope that like people get inspired by. Like a lot of people, a lot, not well, people in general, but like artists specifically, a lot of like they say Beyonce is the celebrity of all celebrities, and we see so many celebrities and so many other artists go to Beyonce's concerts and stuff like that, and they always talk about how inspired they are, like to keep going and to be a great performer and stuff like that. Hopefully Drake, has the same impact for like other artists and stuff like that, and to find more ways that are innovative on a medium that is popular, right? We're all on social media, we're all on YouTube, we're all watching streamers. So he came to the way that people are consuming content, but he's decided to make his own thing out of it. He wasn't just sitting there in front of a computer. He made it what it was. So I really appreciate that. I really respect it, because I'm so tired of like all of these artists feeling like, oh, I'm so cool, and oh, I don't have to put any effort into, like what I'm doing. Like I'm just gonna drop a link and be like, go stream, and like just no effort and no rollout. Like I really appreciate this. Like seriously, like I'm getting to a point where it's just like I really fucking like really freaking appreciate it. Like I at this point, like I'm gonna even show y'all, like I'm compiling a whole document. Been doing this for a couple of weeks. a whole document. I think this is it. Yeah, based on Sabrina Carpenter. Well, she's on my label, document for more business stuff. But Sabrina Carpenter is currently rolling out her album and stuff like that. And I've liked some of the stuff that she's done. So I've been compiling some links that, at some point I'll probably like make a video about it and stuff like that. But she has had physical marketing. She had an album cover that was very provocative. It caused a lot of stir and conversation on the timeline. People still go and listen to it anyway. She has a whole lyric billboard, video teaser, her first video teaser ever. And this is once again, I am talking from someone who don't pay attention to these artists. I don't listen to Sabrina Carpenter at all. But when I come on Twitter and I just see, oh, Sabrina Carpenter, okay, Sabrina Carpenter oh my God, Sabrina Carpenter put out a new teaser. Wow, like, bitch, I don't know what the fuck this means, but I'm interested in how this story ends. And so she also created a narrative around her album. I'm not going to get into it now, but like, I'm really paying attention. I think a lot of fans are paying attention these days, and hopefully they are, and holding artists to higher standards, because, well, I don't want to say all of them, but some of them, especially our faves who are at the top, they definitely have the resources to put into their work, right? Not all artists have big budgets and stuff like that, but for the ones that do, like, get y'all asses up and actually do something. Like, give people like a reason to support. Like, there's so many people like talking about Drake right now. Like, everybody's fucking talking about Drake right now. Every fucking timeline. Like, Drake this, LeBron, my goats can't be beefing. LeBron was moving foul though. Once again, not saying I agree with anything, because one thing about me, I do not be in men's business, okay? Whether it's on social media or whatever, I don't get into men's business. So I don't know what the be going on, but I be seeing, on the surface level, but whatever. Absolutely insane how Drake always gets the world talking. Hate the person all you want, but if you hate Drake's music and can't acknowledge his impact, I can't respect your musical opinion. That Kendrick shit hurt him and exposed a lot of niggas' envy towards my boy. Gave him the fuel he needed to reinvent himself. What did I miss? Drake ain't missed out on shit. And yo, I wanna go back to the actual video of okay, so in case like no one's listening to the actual words, he said like I
So bro in the pop out with them, but been dead round gangsters headline.
Okay, so he said, I saw bro at the pop out, basically Kendrick pop out show in LA, whoever he talking about, who his ops or whatever, but like, that's not really the point. We're gonna get to it.
Been around my head high.
He said, I'm in your city tonight, still walking around with my head high.
It feels like nobody's there until you start giving out two tones.
It feels like nobody's there until you start giving out two tones.
And nobody cares until they're in front of your tombstone.
This is the part. What did I miss when I was looking at y'all and cooking with y'all? Hold on.
What did I miss when I was looking at y'all and cooking with y'all and giving out verses and bookings to y'all? Yeah, Crystal, I'm just realizing that it's The Weeknd's vocals. And what did I miss when you was all in my crib looking at hoes word for word at all of the shit?
What did I miss when you was at my crib looking at hoes word for word? So that's pretty much the gist of it. Like, that was my favorite part in the and I don't know if this is going to be the official music video or whatever. Every time I talk, it's facts. I like that part because that's really him speaking to all of the people that he helped along the way, all of the years, with all of the verses and the features that he's given out, all of the collaborations, for all of those people to abandon him, during the battle and stuff like that. Once again, like, I'm not saying, I don't know if I have an actual, opinion on that or whatever the fuck. What I appreciate is that him getting in front of the camera, looking at the camera and talking directly, to those people, like, and because once again, we're still in a Drake hate train era and stuff like that. And I'm just like, Beauty and Bars, like when everything, cupcakes do is the world revolves around Nicki and stuff like that. Like, I can't help but to be the same way, but in a different way though, where it's like, damn, Nicki, like, you could have done the same thing. Like, people might still hate Drake, like one of those tweets that we saw. They may still hate Drake, but they're gonna respect that he took the time and the effort to put all of that in his rollout, and to talk about the things that he went through last year, and he's putting it in the music. You can already hear it, not just in this song, but in another song that he previewed. I don't know the name of it, but like, from what I've heard tonight, it definitely does seem like he is going to be addressing a lot of things that happened during the battle, and as a result of that, in this music. And that's all people want to hear. And I've already heard others say like, oh, he really getting back to the basics. And if you were there and you looked at the stream and what was going on, there was a TV that was showing videos of Drake performing like back when he was underground, and like just same like Nicki shows, like underground doing shows when he was starting to pop off, but like he wasn't the Drake that we know today. Like he was just getting there, and so it's like it and from seeing that, and from seeing the sound and the production of what he's presenting so far, it definitely does seem like he is returning to his roots, and he's about to give the people what they've been asking for. So it's just like, damn, Nicki, like girl, like why can't you just do something like this? Like you want to like stay mad and shit like that? Like, bitch, get your ass up and do this shit. This is what you call a motherfucking comeback. This is what you call the start of a comeback. Now we still need to see what the results of the comeback are, because he ain't put out an album yet. So we do need to um we need to see how the music is really going to sound, because Academics is already over there glazing Drake. Look, Iceman, not Drake the GOAT. I mean, you could say that. That's fine. But he already hype. I think he was fucking live. I already got his reaction. I think right here, the news that Drake is dropping tonight or whatever. What I'm saying is that, like, we still have to wait until he actually drops to, make a what's it called? I'm waiting until he drops to make a, what's it called, like a good review of the music, right? Like the quality of the music, to really rate the quality of the music, his message, what he's saying, number one. And then, of course, we also, I'm sorry if you hear that in the background, but we also have to wait to see how the music is actually going to perform, right? I don't think it's any question that if it is an album, that he is going to go number one. That's very easy for Drake and stuff like that. But it's really interesting, because before the battle, when Drake used to drop singles, whether he had promo or not, he would always, I gotta go outside because they gotta be on this block right here. Like what? They Drake always, no question, always used to go number one easily. Easily. Drake used to go number one easily. And Drake hasn't gone number one like since the last time he was number one. Like even with all of these songs that he put out during with what's his name, Party Next Door and stuff like that, none of them went number one. I think they probably had a top 5 or something, maybe even a top 3 with Nokia and whatever other hits that was on that album and stuff like that. But I'm ready to see Drake back at number one on the charts. I really want Drake to have a great comeback. I want him to perform well, and people are gonna wish the best for you when they see you. Once again, number one, he just has a lot of fans. Number two, like it seemed like he putting in that work. And one thing about Drake, he really never gonna stop. Like seriously, he never stops making music. So I really do want to see Drake back on top. I want to see all of the artists on Young Money back on top. No shade, So and so when they do something that I think is good, I'm gonna say that. So then Beauty and Bars, she quotes one of Drake's lines in the song. The line is, "How can some people I love hang around pussies who tried me? How can some people I love hang around pussies who tried me?" Now, of course, a lot of people think that, once again, I don't be all up in the men's business for real, rapper business and shit like that. But of course, I do see shit happening like between like Drake and LeBron and stuff like that. So I guess people may be thinking he's talking out LeBron, sure, whatever. Like, once again, I wasn't listening 100% or whatever. So this ain't no motherfucking lyrical breakdown, bitch. This is a motherfucking first reaction, okay? But yeah, I feel like I may give Drake's project a listen. how can some people I love hang around pussies who tried me? Now she's throwing his line back at him because here Drake is posted up with Lotto and Meek Mill, people who have came at and or betrayed Nicki Minaj or whatever. So oh Drake, you want loyalty, but you don't practice loyalty. Da 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 da. And it's just like, bitch, like bro, like just imagine like just like you enjoying shit and shit like that. And I'm just scrolling the timeline and then I see this, and it's just like, bitch, do you bitches ever like get a like take a fucking break, And so I was just reading the replies a little bit. It says, that's why I love your page, because you stay on everyone's neck. Ain't no dick right in here. If you wrong Nikki, you wrong Nikki. They be throwing stones from their glass house. Thanks, sis. Wrong is wrong. I'm not holding back over how things used to be. They made history together, but he hasn't redeemed himself in my eyes. Okay. Like, who gives a fuck? Like, this is the main question, right? Oh, and don't forget he brought old girl out on his tour. Like, y'all literally regurgitate the same shit over and over and over and over and over again. Like, God fucking damn. Like, do you bitches ever fucking take a break? Like, do you ever this is the main question. Can you, as a Barb, can you enjoy and interpret someone's rollout as like for them, right? Like for the standard.
Play with somebody say fuck.
It's your girl Vina Love, the Harlem Princess, your favorite princess, and this is Destiny V. Lyrical.
Period.